So here, the only thing we're thinking is that they're gonna take the hell this time. That's what we're thinking. We think they're gonna do the same exact bans, but they're gonna take the hell. Right, and they did do the same thing, except they banned Erlang instead of the Emoja.
Yeah, like the full Leviathan sleeve. Freya.
Right, and so, and then they took the hell, and they were like, okay, that's fine. Like, our whole point was for them to take the hell to begin with, so we don't care about them taking the hell. But and then we also get like Yamoja and AMC for it. We felt like we already won the draft as soon as we got our first 2 picks. Because we can match their healing already with your Moja. We have the clear in mid. We have our main pick in the AMC. And here we're thinking, okay, maybe they pick Artio, but then we're like, we don't care if they pick Artio because we got AMC. Shit's on Artio, right? And then we see the Achilles, and we're like, and the Fenrir, and we're like, okay, and now we just get Artio, who's good into both of them. So now we feel like we're winning mid, duo, solo again.
How are you going to get through the Emoja?
And then, let me see what we ban here. I think we banned solos because we know Layers plays Achilles jungle, and he's played it at Worlds, so we're still banning solos we don't want to play against. And then they are banning junglers they don't want to play against. And they banned the Chiron because they know we play Chiron into hell. And they thought, and we've run double ADCs against them in scrims with the Artio pick, so they thought, you know, they'll ban that. And I haven't shown that I played Alarin at all, so it's fair to think that I wouldn't play it. And I think they also thought that they would have Camazotz here and Fenrir, which is good at diving Alarin. So they felt like they had a good, like, maybe team fight into Alarin, is what I'm guessing. Izanami, I personally don't care about Izanami. I think she's a weak pick, so I don't really care about it. And I think our comp is just good into diving the Izanami, so we're just feeling good all around in this draft.
Most because mid to late
that's used to losing game.
So in a game like this, we know we win late game again, right? And the way they pick, like with the Achilles, we think they want to fight early a lot, so we're just chilling. That's why you see us not like getting so many kills early, because we know we're just stronger late game, and it's not even close, right? Because they're picking like Fenrir, Izanami, both really weak late game.
Struck early on in these sets.
Like Camazotz is whatever, Achilles is whatever, you know. So and look at our draft, we have Yamoja, Alarin, late game Gilg, Artio. Like we just have a sick late game. So again, we're just like playing for late game and making smart plays. Like that's just basically the strat.
So anti-heal is still going to be critical
because we know the only way we lose to these guys when we have a draft like this is to take all these skirmishes early and lose them. Right?
Not sure. We'll see. Double stun from Aurora. That's a nice way to start off this.
So we just try to play smart.
You heard that ringing out in your ears just a moment ago. And so that's a nice way to start the lane for the Atlantis Leviathans. It feels like a roll of the dice here, doesn't it?
Well, Izanami's like strong in lane, but I think she's just weak in general as a character.
One of his strongest picks.
But yeah, she's really good in lane.
Yarkor back this Artio, something that he just tore you apart with.
Is using beads on Yamoja aggression to play? Well, they wanted pressure. That's their whole point. He beats to get pressure in the lane. If he didn't beat, he would have got poked out, and they wouldn't be able to invade our alpha like they're doing right now.
But man, I mean, giving Yarkor Artio is just a tough ask for me. This guy has just been unbelievable on that pick, as Panatom might be dead.
Panatom blinked on by Layers, beads used. And so the Gilgamesh will live. Split mid Harpies, and so Panatom at least gets something for his troubles, but has to leave as Layers senses another.
I think Ronnie stole the alpha that they tried to invade too, so we're feeling really good in our lane. So they like picked the Izanami and they didn't even steal our alpha. And so we just feel like we're chilling now. And Alarin is like, he gets a lot of wave clear too. He has a lot of wave pressure. You can see I literally insta clear the wave here. Right? So now we have pressure on the Izanami. So then the Izanami kind of just becomes like a pointless pick. Because now I'm like a better god in general. And I got out of the early game already.
Not much else coming from the Leviathans. I'd expect Contagion or Pestilence from one of these frontliners. It should
both supports doing the same thing, just fucking around while the carries solo the purple, because carries are greedy.
going to be an important topic of conversation as this game goes
This is a good 3 by Ronnie to help me out.
When they're on cooldown, because Aurora had a pretty quiet.
Olorin just has insane clear, so like he doesn't have time to invade.
For what Aurora was trying to do, a few miraculous escapes even from the Leviathans on good engages. And so keeping pressure on those beads, everyone's got a set except for Yarkor.
Yeah, 0-7. He could do a lot of damage.
Allowing Aurora a little bit more freedom to.
So dual lane is basically dead even. We're mirroring each other.
Definitely did not have his best game 1 he's ever had in his career, but I think.
But the thing is, we're like Yamoja Olorin, and there is an Ami Fenrir, right? Like our 2 picks are just way stronger in team fights and just in general.
Your team is a huge reason why. I think they're really good in these sorts of situations, so I'm not concerned about his ability to have a better impact on this game in game 2. Ragnarok was not good enough.
We're doing our alpha. They'll probably contest here.
It wasn't super useful.
I think we get it though. Yep.
Might have to be.
And here I'm just like, we're strong. Ronnie gets a nice stun. Like, look at that damage. Like, it's just insane.
Whether it's a root or in this case a stun, plus that Olorin burst damage, dropping the hammer over onto Aurora and consistently enough in lane.
I think here we're thinking about contesting, but when Aurora plays up like that, we're just like, Layers is definitely here. He's half HP, like walking up to us like that. We think someone's there, so we just back off. Again, remember, our game plan is just to not die. Die to something stupid because we think we have the better comp.
Leviathan's book. We've got the hell. We can just wait until later on. Our team fight presence is going to be solid.
That's why we're not taking any like weird engages or weird fights.
I really don't feel like the Titans outscale the Leviathans for free in this match.
10 minutes saying that, yeah. Would you ever think, Phantom, that our team would have no kills for like 10 minutes or even like some games 17 minutes we don't have a single kill?
For Sanctified Field. But it is if it's good. If it's a good Sanctified Field, the team fight's over. You know, you just can't play into it. Even with the Camazotz, I don't think there's enough dive on the draft in order to make this dive work onto the Olorin.
Pretty funny.
Level 20, if he's pretty much even with the rest of the map. I just don't think that
we've
Zap
changed so much.
And think about how much Zap has worked in this series, and think about the Freya game yesterday to seal it and send them to the finals. That was a good
so now we're kind of, again, both teams are farming, but we feel good about it because we think we're way stronger.
ADC is the I hope the ball comes to me type of position, and then I can make a play. You know, I always equate it to wide receiver in football, where they're not going to do much unless
the thing, it's not we're turning to peak or anything. It's that our picks, we're not like an early game comp.
Zap was the one taking the snaps.
Right? We're not like an Erlang fucking Achilles solo jungle where we can just go take 2v2s. Right? We're a team fight comp. We're a good team fight comp.
Bringing to the table that I think giving him this.
Do you think we lost any drafts? I think game 3 against the Kings we lost, and I even think probably game 4 our draft wasn't as good as the Kings either.
That's been the shifting presence of the Leviathans all year long. Ever since Zap.
Because I think they like.
It felt like
the Kings, they drafted and they won more lanes than us in their draft, in my opinion.
Front line of the Leviathans buying space for the back line.
And I think it's because they were willing to play Ardia.
Where Shinto was the guy out of the mid lane. Zapman has started to step up into that role, as you just talked about. You can say similar things about the Titans, except this is a team, and this is certainly the case for the Leviathans as well. Benji Layers, Paul Aurora, Cyclone Spin, that's a stacked roster of 5, where any individual game, you can expect any of those 5 to have a performance that could win you the game. And I think in moments like this, you go down game 1, it's similar to
what you guys scrim against other actual teams?
Do
you consider that a win for both teams or a loss for both teams? Considering you guys kind of know each other's strats. We just scrim teams that are on the opposite side of the bracket. So if you do play any of those teams, it'll be for one time, right, in the finals. So, I mean, I don't know. But all the teams need practice, right?
Turn the game on its head and make it all about him. And so giving him a pick that is always all about the hell like he has here.
We're back 1 second. Let me grab a water.
And is such a good complement to his typical play style. So, you know, these 2 former teammates, the 2 guys we interviewed right before the match, Zapman for the Leviathans, Paul for the Tartarus Titans, the 2 players who are vying to be the first back-to-back-to-back world champions in Smite history.
Someone's going to do it.
I think that they're the 2 to keep your eye on.
Absolutely. Paul, though, shifting away from the Book of the Dead build, was Book of the Dead on Zeus last game. Shinto opted for the same build on the Hell. Paul, for the time being at least, looking for something a little bit different. Chronos Pendant into what looks like a Breastplate of Valor up next. I mean, when you got Panatom and Shinto putting all that pressure on you in mid, a little defense second overall makes sense.
Yeah, I think that this is typical Paul, like we said. I mean, he loves going breastplate second. Any excuse, he'll do it. This build, the main difference between Paul's build, besides the first item, is that starter item. That he goes Conduit Gem, where Shinto went for Sands of Time. And Shinto was able to upgrade that Sands of Time into a Pendulum of Ages. And it's all about hitting that 40% CDR mark for Hell. Where are we going to hit 40% CDR? Because we need.
All right, I'm back.
As many
So again, it's just more of the same, chat. It's more of the same. It's not on us to make plays. It's on the Titans to make plays because they have the more early game team.
It's all about getting to max CDR.
Early game team, and we have the better team fight, right? So it's on them to force plays, not us. We're happy with the pace of the game.
With that Conduit Gem starter, it's going to give him more power when he upgrades the starter, but less utility maybe than what we saw out of that Pendulum of Ages. Though Gem of Focus is pretty good utility.
Oh, I don't know, Scyther. Who knows, bro?
But the overrun with beads and Sanctified Field, probably feeling just fine. Stunned down from Rongyu.
So that's like the first invade they've done. They got our alpha.
The first 8.5 minutes from both of these junglers, aggro. Far cry from what we saw from Layers in game 1. The Erlang Shen, no surprise. You get out.
Am I gonna stay with the same team next season? I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe I retire or some shit.
Than what the hell was in game number 1.
No.
Maybe the power curve is a little bit slowed.
Okay, so here we start seeing them posture up, and we know our buffs are coming up, right? So we see them coming up, and we're gonna group up and defend this, I believe, or maybe we don't.
Looks like the pressure is here though for the Titans. I mean, he's an
okay. No, so they were in position for the red, and we weren't, I guess. And he kind of just did the red.
Pressure.
But we're like, whatever.
Left-hand side, and because
it's just a red. No big deal. Just a
the
good play by them.
They're able to open up
We're still ahead. We still feel good.
A worrying trend for the Titans is that it feels like every single Riptide from Rongyu has at least made life uncomfortable for one member of the Tartarus Titans on the left side of the map.
And that's the. I really feel like Umoja is almost a rhythm god.
So they got our red, but it's like whatever, right? They got our red. Life goes on.
When you're seeing everything hit the bottom.
No big deal. None of us died.
Feeling really good whenever it gets to the fourth quarter. And so we're early in the game.
So okay, so I'm pretty sure at this point we're like, okay, they invaded our red and they were looking to invade purple. They'll probably do the same thing again, and we'll be ready. And I think that's when Yarkor makes a sick rotation.
With the stuns and with the Riptides, I agree with you, man. I think that's going to give him some confidence, and he's just been unbelievable on this pick in his career. Every great SPL support has developed a great Umoja.
I think the balance change come out. I don't know. We have to scrim to see, really. It's so hard to tell.
A rare miss, but
it's so hard to tell.
Jumping out will force the miss from Rongyu. Has been a little pressure here on left, mostly on the buffs though, but hasn't kept Zapman behind enough. Now
my boy Shinto, what's up, baby? Here we get brawlers and that's why we finished.
Is on the
both our anti-heal items.
It's not like Cyclone Spin doesn't
Shinto gets brawlers,
Sanctified Field,
and Panatom gets Contagion. So now we're looking for shit. I see.
That you're gonna need to melt through the Atlantis Leviathan.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Cyclone Spin is gonna have that in spades. He goes Crusher into Aussie. You're getting some of that attack speed winding up early on in this build here. And this is
so I believe we tell ourselves if they invade again, we take the team fight, right?
To that set, and it should be. You would hope.
A
good look on some follow-up from what the Titans are saying.
I mean, we've talked a lot about Zap, but Cyclone Spin is a world champion in his own right. He's previously been considered the best player in the league. So
we know where they're being aggressive, and then Yark starts rotating. Like, look at the fucking bear. Looks like Benji's pinging him, but he's rotating. And we want to fight. This is where we want to fight, because like she just said, we got our anti-heal items on. And then Ronnie just gets a sick fucking engage. Like, look at his 3 right here into the ult. Insane. And Yark is here before Benji. And so these my boys, they kill Hell before the fight even starts. And then Ronnie peels layers from me. We kill him, and then now it's just like we kill everybody.
Panatom has chased down Aurora already.
Oh my god.
The Leviathans have
and we literally win this fight because we have anti-heal. Yarkor rotates before Benji, and Ronnie has a sick engage on the Hell. Like, those are the 3 things why we win this fight.
In the grand finals of season 8, and the Leviathans will turn their eyes.
And then Yark and Shinto calling that they're going to do Pyro, so we do the gold, and we get everything.
of the neutral objectives. They will lose all 5 members of their team. 2,500 gold right now. That's going to get a whole lot worse.
And honestly, at this point, the game's just over. Right? We're like a better team fight comp, and we're 5K ahead.
If they're going to be able to handle
11
the
minutes
big
in.
moments that they've struggled in these types of moments in the past.
Now, honestly, I'm just going to skip because this game is just straight up over at this point.
Leviathans will
Primal Fury spawns. So smart. The one thing is,
And so, like, between the times that I skipped, all we're doing is just farming till the next objective. Gold comes up, we do gold, we do pyro, we're 10k up, and then we do fire, then we win. That's basically what happens.
16, no Aegis for Shinto for 13.
You're going to have to punish that, but
They're
I
not
play
gonna
just playing super clean.
Have been playing have not allowed any aggression from anyone on the Titans.
And basically, Panatomp is hunting Cyclone all game because he can kill him so easily. What's up, Pam? And so we just like play duo side a lot because Panatomp's just hunting, and you know, and we're trying to punish them, trying to farm. That's basically what's happening. It's like they're trying to farm. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. My team's just sick. My team's literally just insane. Shinto with a double.
The Leviathans will not be denied.
You thought it was Worlds Week, but
And
it's
so
York Week,
we're just
baby.
trying to punish them, trying to
Just
farm,
going
and
in doing
I don't know. It's like
whatever he wants
impossible
in the
to
midst
lose
of
at
the
this
team
point.
fight. 9-0. The Leviathan.
We're already considering
There's
reverse
just
sweep.
okay. So there's a kill. Let's look at the kill.
Queuing up.
It's just
Away is
impossible to
Aurora,
lose at
and
this point.
Shinto will
Do reverse sweeps.
Oh yeah. So here.
Not out of the question. They take
Here, I'm like, let's just do fire. My team's like, stop being a bitch. We're doing fire. I'm like, okay, yeah, we do
I
fire.
know.
And we're already considering reverse sweeps for the Titans. They've been swept.
And then
by
we
the
do
way.
fire.
Aurora could make a play, and he will not. Winds of Shamash.
We kill Aurora.
Force out the Ragnarok. And galloping away is Aurora, and Shinto will make him play 10-0.
Between the Leviathan.
Here my team trolls me, bro.
Look a little nervous.
Here we're
They
just
don't use
split
their
pushing,
bellies properly. They're
and we
too
literally are
far.
like, guys, just don't die. Don't die and left.
Instead, this is what we're getting.
And then Panatom's like, no problem, I'm just gonna fucking kill Cyclone real quick. He kills them, and I'm like, okay, guys, they're all coming. They're all coming. Don't die. And then fucking Yark and Panatom are just like, let's go fucking kill these guys.
On Cyclone Spin, and this is gonna keep going. This is a 3 versus 2 with the
Look at my team
Leviathans
trolling,
feel
bro.
like they're in
Look at my
control
jungler.
because guess who's at the forefront?
Look at my jungler.
TR Coronardio, the first kill of the game.
Hey, you know what? You know what Panatom
Panatom.
does? You know what Panatom does out there? He goes, he VGS is sorry. He goes what is it? How do you say sorry? VVS. He goes like VVS.
Yark
Yes,
is gonna
whatever,
live
dude.
in the
It doesn't
one
fucking
war.
matter.
In fact, he's gonna try and
He'll
stop
do you one
these
better.
backs.
Was it Yark
The
told you
Leviathans
that?
are already
Such a bad
cracking the
influence.
base. On the right-hand side, right side, Phoenix shredded by this squad, and now only one bird remains between the
And we're just like, yeah, it's whatever.
and the Titan.
Here's the good news: we got a shutdown on the Panatom.
We could have won this. We could have won this game deathless, though.
Got it. I
That would have
mean,
been
Paul
sick.
got it. That's the best target.
All right, fantastic for Paul. We need a few more of those though to get us back in this
Okay,
game.
we just
If we're
forwarded
to-
up a little
Be
bit.
a chase on to farm. Panatom will. The
Okay,
left
you gotta
side of
watch
the map,
this.
And now he is absolutely decimating over on right.
Like we're all okay. Dude, we're all like grouping up here. And, I don't know. Panatom's got like a fucking like homing beacon on Cyclone's position at all times.
To back games.
And he's just we're like here grouping up, and Panatom's like, yeah, I'm gonna go kill this guy real quick.
Considered maybe a chase on
We're like,
group.
okay.
You got 45 seconds left on the FG.
I feel bad.
This is a story we've seen
Poor
just
Cyclone,
time and
man.
time and time again. Cyclone Spin just wants to farm. Panatom will not give him the chance of the
that
7
was close.
kills. Feels like 4 of them have been on.
I mean, he's just
And then
been
here we
getting
see him. We have a
bounty
ward.
on
We
his
have a
head.
ward under blue, I think.
Placed by Panatom. He just cannot.
We have a
play the
ward
game.
out there blue. We see them here, and then we see the hell, and we know the hell can't get out, right? Because she has no mobility. So as soon as we see the hell, we're like, let's just go in here.
And the Leviathan's
Press
not
W,
waiting around.
basically,
They're not
right?
waiting
We see
for
the
this
hell,
game
we're like,
to
all right,
come
just
to
go.
them. They're ready to take it.
They might not even need the FG.
We know the hell's dead for sure here.
Staring down the barrel.
Not really
of a
sure why I
2-0
ulted.
deficit. If you're the Tartarus Titan Sanctified Field, yeah, it came to collect. The Leviathans
Not really
grab it
sure
up.
why I
This time
ulted,
it's
but
Paul who
whatever.
goes down. No carry.
Now here we kinda just know the
Tartarus
game's
Titans for
over.
the next 15 seconds. And then 35 seconds after that, as 5, the Leviathans walk into the Titan room of the Tartarus Titans. The FG has fallen off, and it is a
Layers
far
gets
way
one
away
tap
from
here.
spawning. Zap is an afterthought. Zapman is a madman. Shinto, he's on a rampage, and the
Panatom
Leviathans
dies
one
again.
game away from Worlds.
Can you
Absolutely,
believe
actually
it?
trolling. My
This
jungler's
Atlantis
actually trolling.
Leviathan's team just absolutely
Everyone's so calm because
decimated the
we all
Titans.
know
Only
that we got
one
hyped
kill
after
in
the
team
Kings
fight phase
2-0,
there
and then
for
we
the
lost
Titans.
game 3
And it
and almost
was
game 4. So
never
here we're
in
just chilling. We're
doubt.
like staying,
The
trying to stay
Atlantis
focused.
Leviathans now just one
We're gonna clean these boys up.
away